Hey everybody, it's Danielle here from DKW Styling. Okay, so today I'm coming with you with, of course, my look of the week. But first, I'm going to talk about specifically for hair extensions, so stylists out there that do hair extensions currently, or maybe if you're a client that is interested in extensions, I feel like with how I do them, and like I've said in a lot of my videos, I know how to do about 6 or 7 different methods, and I've tried a little bit of everything, and in doing that, kind of created my own method, which I call natural beaded rose. So what I feel is really, really important with all hair extensions that I've experimented with on my own hair as well as my clients is there's 3 things. So there's placement, the color, and the cut. So it's kind of a package deal. You have to have all 3 of those things. And that's what sets apart, you know, people going to get the clip-ins and try and make them look good because they can't cut and color them like an actual stylist can. So those are 3 very important things. Specifically today, what I want to talk about is placement. So I feel like how I do them, you want to make sure, I can't stand it when I'm out and about somewhere and I see somebody who I'm like, oh, they have nice hair, and then it happens. Their hair kind of splits in the back and you can see a single, a track, a tape-in, whatever. You can see their extension in the crown. I think one of the biggest mistakes in hair extensions is that people place them too high on the hairline. So with placement, there's 2 key, very important principles. I feel like where to place them as far as in the back, kind of move your client's hair, see where it naturally wants to split, and do it about an inch below where it naturally wants to split. That way if the wind blows or their hair parts or they haven't washed it in a few days, that it still covers, okay? So that is number 1 with placement. Placement number 2, have you ever seen where you see a girl and her hair is all pulled forward and then she turns around and there's these short hair pieces in the back? Dead giveaway that it's extensions. Number 1, what you have to do is you have to actually cut into that bottom layer of their hair so that it's not so blunt. But number 3, you have to make sure that you're placing your single or your track or whatever method that you currently are doing and prefer. Make sure that you place it low enough in the hairline, usually below the occipital bone. Everybody go and feel on your head. See that big bump right there? That's your occipital bone. You want to place those below the occipital bone so that they blend with those short pieces. And then as a stylist, cut into it with your texture shears so that it blends. You want to make sure you leave enough hair so that when they pull their hair back that everything covers good. So anyway, those are my 2 important principles as far as placement. Place them low enough to hide those short pieces and high enough on top that they're not going to show. Also, another key important thing with placement is you want to do more hair in the back versus the front because obviously, think about hair logically. We have less hair on the front than we do in the back. Now, if you go to my number 1 secret video or if you've watched any of my other videos, instead of doing like 9 different tracks all over the head, I prefer to do the horseshoe shape along with people's hair. So I kind of bring it really high in the front and then I bring it low in the back so that it kind of creates the look I want. So by bringing it high in the front, it kind of fills in the front. Bringing it low in the back always makes sure that my clients can hide them really well. Because I always tell my clients, listen, in the front, I like to place them high, and sometimes it's tricky to pull them up, but I would rather have it fill in the front and look good when it's down. And just know in the back how I place them, you're never going to have to worry about them poking out. So anyways, that is an important key principle with hair extensions, so with whatever method you're currently doing. Another thing that's really important that I see with hair extensions a lot is I'll see a girl that I'll specifically say a blonde, and it's like the top of their hair blends with the extension color, but for some reason, there's like these darker blonde pieces like poking through. I hate that because then you can tell it's extensions. Even if the color matches and it blends on top, all of a sudden you're like, I see these dark, you know what I'm talking about. You've seen it. So anyways, make sure if you are having hair extensions done or you're doing them that you have to match the color to the bottom of their hair as well so that it blends everywhere. Now that goes back to making sure that you color, place. Now let's go into the cut. Now the cut, you have to break up the ends when doing all hair extensions. Extension cutting is very, very visual. So make sure that it blends and looks soft. I prefer to do my extension cutting dry. And it's funny because since I started cutting hair extensions, I now like to finish all of my haircuts dry so that you can see how it lays. A lot of times I don't even cut into them when they're wet because I feel like I end up going back in when they're dry and reshaping everything. So anyways, 3 important principles with hair extensions are number 1, placement, number 2, color, and number 3, just making sure the cut and everything blends. Okay, so that is my spiel about hair extensions for the day. One of my tricks to one of my clients that I'm going to give to you today is change up your hair part. Okay, so I see a lot of girls that come in that have more breakage on one side versus the other side. That is because you're constantly pulling more on one side. a good way to get more volume out of your hair and also let like one of the sides recover is to change up your part. And it's kind of weird to, honestly, when you look in the mirror to see yourself with a different part, but it kind of gives you more volume and it's a good break for your hair to kind of mix it up. So that's just kind of a tip for my clients. If you're currently parting your hair in the middle, try a side part. If you're currently parting your hair on the side, try a middle part and kind of mix it up and see how you like it. So those are my 2 little hair tricks for the day. Okay, so my look of the week today, I have the cutest dress on today. I need to show you. So it is, I don't know if you can see it. It's like a drop waist shift dress, and it's like gray and black. I'll take a picture because you can't really see it on my camera very well. It is just from Ann Taylor. So I need to share a little secret with clothing and styling. So I think a lot of girls overthink it and they want to like go to boutiques and all these fun places and buy the most funky thing possible. I would say go to places like J. Crew, Ann Taylor, Nordstrom's. Just get some really nice, simple, key pieces. So I like, another thing that's big right now is kind of the straight leg cropped trouser pant. And you can find those too at J. Crew or Ann Taylor or even like the Gap. So go and buy a few nice basic pieces for your wardrobe. And then a way that you can kind of make them look more funky. So I threw this dress on with just some tights and these cute little wedge booties. So I feel like that kind of makes it look more funky. So if you buy just kind of a classic piece, the nice thing about a classic piece is you're probably going to be able to wear it next fall. One thing I love specifically about this dress is the color blocking is still big and is going to be big for fall. And I feel like in the fall, we always want to bring out our browns and our more neutral tones. And I love that it just has a little bit of a yellow, a pop of color. So don't put away your color just yet. Save it for the fall and kind of incorporate it with your neutrals. I love this necklace. It's like a bib necklace from Anthropologie. Super cute. Love their jewelry. I just have some bangles on today. These are from Nordstrom's. This is a Marc Jacobs, oh, there you go, bracelet. Really cute. I love to just kind of throw that on with whatever. And then I just have on my Michael Kors watch. So anyways, that is my look of the week. Stay tuned next week. I'm going to try to put together 7 must-have looks for fall, as well as like hairstyles and things like that to kind of incorporate into my video, and I'll try and get some pictures and things like that. Today my hair is just in, I don't know if you can see that very well. So my hair was like wet this morning and I had to get out the door. So I just put it in a ponytail, braided my ponytail, and then looped it around in a bun and just kind of randomly pinned it, and then pulled pieces out around my face and ran my curling iron through it just to kind of smooth it out. But that is my lazy hairdo today. But anyways, just kind of a quick fun, if you just need to get out the door kind of thing, throw it in a bun, pull it out, make it look more messy, and you're good to go. So nice, thanks for watching. Stay tuned next week for some fall must-have put together style looks. All right, you guys, we'll see you next time.